What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Sorry for missing the last couple of days. I was in the mountains with terrible internet access. But I'm back, and hopefully it shows you never want to miss a Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. So hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, here are my Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I'm going to start with Ryan Nelson, who had 6 Ks in 7 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had these fastballs as well as these changeups. He faced Tyler Anderson, who had 3 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, and had this cutter as well as this pitch that he was a little bit upset about. Kind of like a poor man's Liam Hendricks.
God damn it!
Michael Wacha had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up just 1 run, and dominated thanks to these nasty changeups. And he faced Brandon Bird Dog Williamson, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had this slider. Justin Verlander had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up no earned runs, and had this slider and fastball. He faced Anthony DeSclafani, who had 3 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 3 runs on 3 home runs. That's a lot of threes, and had this knuckle curve for a sword. Cutter Crawford had 5 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this elevated sweeper as well as this fastball. He battled Yusei Kikuchi, who had 7 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, but gave up 5 runs, and had these fastballs, sliders, and these awesome K-struts. I'm telling you, I'm going to make a t-shirt saying, I love Kikuchi K-struts. Just a ton of happy energy. Peter Lambert was the opener yesterday and had 2 Ks in 3 innings, giving up no runs, and had this changeup for a sword as well as this painted sweeper. And he faced Brandon White, who was also an opener, and had 1 K in 1 1/3 innings, giving up no runs, and had this sweeper. Charlie Morton had 5 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up no runs, and had these curveballs with 3,062 RPMs and 3,205 RPMs. And he faced Eury Perez, who I have no highlights of because he got absolutely shelled. The Braves knocked him out in 1/3 of an inning. Basically, the only way to stop the Braves offense right now is Twitter style. They need to be rate limited. In fact, on Twitter, I pleaded with the Braves to leave Eury alone, and the Marlins apparently agreed. Hunter Brown had 6 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this fastball as well as this high-velo slider. And he faced off against Nate Eovaldi, who had 5 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, thanks to his curveball, his splitter, his cutter, and his slider. Zach Wheeler had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this nasty curveball as well as this filthy sinker. Jack Flaherty had 4 Ks in 6 scoreless innings and had this fastball. He faced Luis Severino, who had 2 Ks in 4 innings but gave up 9 runs, 7 of them earned, and had this heater. Matthew Liberatore only had 1 K in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this fastball. And he faced Ian Hamilton, who was the opener yesterday, and had 2 strikeouts in 1 inning, giving up 1 run, and had Ks on this fastball and slider. Bailey Ober had 8 Ks in 7 innings, giving up no runs and only 2 hits, and was outstanding. He's quietly been really good and lowered his ERA to 2.70. He had this nasty slider and changeups and got absolutely fired up. And he battled Kyle Bradish, who had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run, and had this fastball, filthy curveball, and slider. Daniel Lynch had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this slider and changeup. Corbin Burns had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 1 hit and 2 runs. He had a perfect game through 5 innings. He had these filthy changeups, wicked curveballs and sliders, as well, of course, his cutter. Dylan Cease had 5 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this fastball, knuckle curve, and this slider. Tanner Bibee was really good yesterday with 9 strikeouts and 5 2/3 scoreless innings, thanks mostly to his mix of fastballs and changeups. He faced Marcus Stroman, who had 7 Ks in 5 2/3 innings. He did give up 5 runs, but had this cutter, slider, and these filthy sinkers. And here's an overlay of Stroman's sinker and slider, and you can see how well those pitches tunnel, which is a key to his effectiveness. It keeps hitters guessing. In the biggest matchup of the day, George Kirby faced Tyler Glasnow. Kirby had 7 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on only 2 hits. He did a great job changing eye levels with his fastballs, as well as working in some splitters, which is an important new pitch for Kirby. because it can tunnel with his fastball and it gives him some swing and miss. Here's an overlay of his fastball and splitter, and you can see why those two pitches work really well together to get swings and misses. And here's George Kirby's splitter grip, which is inspired by Kevin Gausman.
But yeah, what Logan told him there, I'm doing like the Gausman grip now.
Oh, nice.
My thought behind it was something a little more vertical movement to generate more swings and misses, some weaker contact, and something that could kind of blend in with my heater instead of trying to create that horizontal movement.
And he faced yesterday's filthiest starting pitcher of the day, Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow had 11 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. He did give up 3 runs, but had these overpowering fastballs, including these flames, kind of Tommy Shelby style. Basically sitting people down by order of the Peaky Fulking Blinders. All right, that was a crappy imitation. And it reminds me of when I tried to get Glasnow to say that. You get that though, right? You get
yeah. Yeah, I get it a lot. I think it's cool.
Did you watch the show?
I did. I like it a lot. I really enjoy that show. I think it's good. He's an actor.
Okay, so can you give me like a by order of the Peaky Blinders?
No, I can't. Maybe one top pass for today.
Yeah.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
A big fail by me. But Glasnow's biggest pitch this game was his hammer curveballs. Absolutely disgusting. And hitting was more impossible because there were shadows in between home plate and the mound. That made it really hard for hitters to pick up the baseball, making me almost feel sorry for hitters. And here's an overlay of Glasnow's fastball and curveball, and you can see why he can dominate with basically those two pitches. That curveball briefly looks like a fastball and then absolutely dives. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Javier Assad had 5 Ks in 3 innings thanks to these fastballs and cutters. Mike Baumann had this fastball and wicked knuckle curve. Josh Donaldson had this filth. Andrew Chafin had these dirty sliders. Carlos Hernandez had this 99-mile-an-hour diesel. Ron Marinaccio had this filthy changeup. Clay Holmes had these sweepers and sliders. Yuck. Nate Pearson had this wicked slider. Wandy Peralta had this filthy changeup and sinker. Nick Sandlin had this wipeout slider and these fastballs. Alex Lang had these wicked curveballs. Respect that turtleneck. Shintaro Fujinami had these flames. Solid work by Fuji. But my filthiest reliever of the day yesterday was Paul Sewald, who had these filthy sweepers, including this Expelliarmus sweeper, and K'd the side. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It's Carlos Santana headed to the plate with his zipper wide open. I really don't want to see a Carlos Santana fly ball. Boo. What is up, everybody? Before I get to my picks of the day, I thought I'd give a quick shout out to Stella from eWin. They gave me this free chair to try out, and I told them I would do a quick review of it if I liked it, and boy do I like it. Number 1, it's really stylish, as you can see here. Look at that. Number 2, it's incredibly comfortable, and Lord knows I sit on my butt the entire day doing videos for y'all, so I need to be comfortable while I'm doing it, and this chair fits the bill. And it's very, very easy to assemble. I may be a pitching ninja, but I am not a putting a chair together ninja, and I usually suck at these things. It only took me 5 minutes. So if you're in the market for a gaming chair, look no further. The other thing is eWin is giving me a 20% off coupon for anybody that wants to buy one of these gaming chairs. I'll put the information in the description. So if you're looking for a gaming chair, look no further. You can get 20% off of this stylish chair just by clicking the link in the description. Another benefit of being a Pitching Ninja subscriber. My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. First, I'm going to take Taj Bradley for 7 Ks or more. Then I'm going to go with Garrett Cole for 7 Ks or more. Top it off with Spencer Strider for 8 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?